Tusk is left.
Tusk is, yeah, that's a big hero for Fade. At least in the past, Fade was one of the guys who really made Tusk a popular 4 position. So it does feel like that role where there's a very limited hero pool in the 4, more than anywhere else.
Oh, an open with a Tidehunter.
Okay. I mean, preemptively good hero against what is often a first 2-pick Visage from Chaos, because they left Visage in the pool. There's been no Visage in the last 4 games, but that's because it's always been first banned against Chaos.
I think in my hosting, I think I've only seen Tide in the first phase maybe once, and I've never seen it as a first pick like this. So why is Vici going for a move like this with Tide?
I guess maybe they're expecting something like this, like Parker was saying, like they expected this Visage, and it could also be the combo breaker we saw a lot of the Magnus, so maybe they were expecting this opener coming out from them.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's still weird for me seeing a Tide that quick. You're susceptible to getting, this is a hero that's not very popular, but like these disruptors and like an OD is a popular hero, which is very good versus the Tide, and you're opening right off the bat with that.
Right, now we've seen a lot on the other end. It's completely different with the Magnus. We have seen this a lot going first pick, and now it's going to be backed up by a PA, which we've also seen these two together quite a bit. Are you feeling comfortable right now for Chaos with this opener, Gods?
Very cookie cutter, where it's just like, all right, we're going to mag PA you. And, you know, it's one of those strats that it's not like some insta-win thing, but it's very easy to execute, easy to play, a good way to just, I think, start off the day. It's their first game in a best of 3. I think mag PA has probably been like 50-50 this tournament. It's won some, it's lost some. It's not some insta easy win, but it's easy to play.
Well, we've also seen it all over the place, right? It doesn't matter what caliber of team. We have seen mags in so many games, so that 50% win rate definitely does say something, but numbers are tricky.
Yeah, I think you guys were talking about this yesterday when I was still casting the best of ones. You're like, it looks like this tournament's actually just going to become like where the carries just get picked first 2. These Terrorblades and the PAs, you have to just pick this because otherwise you pick PA and then Medusa's already banned, Chaos is going to ban Terrorblade and Juggernaut, and you're like, oh, we're pretty limited on these late game carries now to deal with PA.
Yeah, suddenly you're getting... I don't know what you are
getting. What you're getting. Exactly. It's just like,
It's the same thing as the 4s. They actually don't pick any 4s here, but it does feel like the 4s and the carries are maybe the 2 roles where there's the smallest hero pool right now.
Timberban, I mean, they're running both Tidehunter as well as Terrorblade, mostly the Terrorblade, and we saw what Weehaw was able to do with it yesterday.
Kunkka's taken out as well. You already mentioned that Vici, Kunkka could be a strong tool for them.
They love that hero, and it's really good for setting up team fights, and Tidehunter's a hero that we've seen, you don't go blink till like 3rd item maybe in some games. Kunkka would be one that at least gives you a way to initiate before the Tidehunter.
So if you don't go blink early with the Tide, does Vici potentially lack ways to initiate?
They can make up for it maybe with their mid-hero or their 4 position if they get something like the Tusk. The Earth Spirit's still in the pool as well.
They could also just not play around that. They don't... With the TB, you can kind of play as like, you know, we group and go, and it's like the threat of the Tide's there, but you don't have to...
You kind of force people to go on you. If your TB's metamorphing, hitting buildings, it's like, well, if you don't go on him, he's going to, you know, take your base, so...
Lion.
It kind of it gets the TB they want to support. I guess that can offer lockdown, mana drain against the illusions, but it still doesn't feel amazingly comfortable. Like it's just not as strong enough. It's not nowhere near strong as like the Lich that was banned when you're thinking of like what 5 position do we want to play.
It's tough, tough hero.
Is that why we've seen so many? Okay, there's the Grimstra.
There's the Grim. Yeah.
I was going to say though, is that maybe why we've seen some of these Lich picks coming in a little bit earlier? So they don't have to fall back on some of the weaker heroes in that position.
Yeah, I think Lich Grimstroke as opening support picks is just like, you're going to have strong lanes when you have a 5-position Lich.
Yeah, like Lion, you see Lion, you're like, all right, lane's going to be weak already. So Chaos, they could actually suffer a little bit in lanes right now. Pushing this Tide out of lane right now with Lion and PA could actually be a problem if there's a Grimstroke up there with him.
Okay, so we're potentially looking for Chaos to grab something here to help them with their lanes. Does anything jump off the page to you in your mind that could help Chaos achieve that, Gods?
Well, now we figure out where the mag is going, because the mag could be 3 or 4 position. I think they could pick something like a Darkseer here if they wanted to. Tavu's a big Enigma player. It's not a bad Enigma game here by any means. BKB Black Hole doesn't have any way to cancel it right now, so I wouldn't mind seeing a hero like that. I guess there is like the Rubik response potentially available for Vici though, because Grimstroke can play 4 or 5 role.
Yeah.
Rubik potentially.
Tusk and Tusk and Earth Spirit are still in the pool, which is something pretty rare.
Those heroes, but do you really want to play those with a Magnus in your 3 role?
problem.
Like if your mag's a 3, normally you see like either a Tri-Lane or I'm not sure. There's not that many great 4s that lane with a Magnus.
Yeah, it's very true.
Really digging into that reserve time here, trying to figure it out. And you can hear on the panel that this one's not as straightforward as a pick as you would want here if you are Chaos.
Yeah, like Parker said, it's just like, what do they want to make their 4 position? Or 5, I guess. You could do 5 mag, but yeah.
They could also do 4 position line. That's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Vici Gaming's turn.
Let's find out anyways. Doom. So you 4 position Magnus with a Doom in the offlane, I guess.
Okay. I like Doom a lot versus both Tidehunter and Terrorblade for the obvious reasons. Yeah. Just Doom them. They can't.
Hey, for maybe some of us, maybe me. What are those obvious reasons?
You can't crack and Doom. You can't do. Yeah. If you're doomed, you're in trouble on both of those heroes.
You're a Warcraft guy. Doom's in Warcraft,
Yeah,
right?
Doom.
If you're doomed, you're doomed.
You're doomed, pretty much.
There we go.
Same ultimate as Warcraft.
Yeah.
Man, now you're showing I don't even know my Warcraft knowledge. I'm like, oh man, burning me across games here.
No, as a hero that's also he's really cool now too because he's always been kind of a frontliner, but now he's like a monster. If you got double Devour up, you're sitting at like 50 HP per second inside of these fights. You can walk in.
A couple days into this tournament, and all of a sudden we are seeing him get picked quite a bit too. First couple days group play, we didn't see him too much, but there's the Tusk that you mentioned a little bit earlier. Yeah. He was open. Vici Gaming going to be able to grab that off the table. How do we like the Tusk for Vici, Gods?
Could be good here. It's like a classic Fade hero, one of his best. It offers them a save as well if someone's getting, Blink RP'd on and getting stunned by a line. You can have that Blink Snowball save. So I like it quite a bit. Even if someone's doomed, just Snowball can buy some time and, help wear down some of that doom duration.
I like that it gives them also ways to just make plays. Now they have a Grim and a Tusk to make plays. I look at Chaos' side making plays in the laning phase. It's pretty much not there. Yeah. It's pretty hard.
These
Lion can,
position Magnuses are like, you go to your safe lane and try to skewer someone in tower. And if that doesn't work well, you're not doing much in your laning stage.
Chaos needs a playmaker potentially. We look at Vici. What's missing in their lineup? Because everything that I'm hearing from you guys right now makes it sound incredibly stable, very diverse.
Ori's hero.
They want something more fast-paced because Tide TB, though, is kind of slow cooldown, depending on meta and Ravage. So I think, his like Lina type heroes, not that Lina is particularly viable, kind of come to mind for me.
Okay.
You are in danger of being counterpicked because Chaos have that last pick. So they're looking for Weeha's mid hero.
This is something safe, like a DK or Puck. Like that's what I'm thinking that he's gonna play here. Because even like the damage mitigation from Breathe Fire it's decent. It's not amazing versus PA, but you're this, you're like come at me, come doom me. You're trying to soak it.
You're not gonna get 2-shot when PA blinks on you.
Yeah.
I would like to see like Wind Ranger banned here. I think Chaos getting a playmaker for Weeha here. That's also not cooldown dependent. Could be nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't strike me as a Visage game right now against Tide TB.
Maybe a DK on the side of Vici though is what we're thinking.
Yeah, I still think they might do their Puck because I know they really like it, and the leash mechanic is actually pretty nice versus PA versus Magnus. You're just kind of screwed even if you BKB.
You're not too worried about most of your mid matchups when you pick a Puck. Like not if you pick Puck blindly, it's like what's the worst they're gonna do?
But it isn't the line. No, I'm actually thinking like Insta Hex is pretty annoying to play against, but.
5 position line though. You're not expecting like a Blink Hex.
That is very true.
Until way later on in the game, and you may just be building Lincolns anyways against Doom.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When I hear that item,
Lincolns,
I already it invokes a very visceral response for me because Lacoste yelled about it, Black yelled about it.
What are they saying?
They just hate that item for some reason.
It's just in some situations you have to like. It's just too good. Like versus Doom, that's probably one of the only situations where I'm like, Lincoln's is a good item.
No, I was casting with Gabe yesterday. I was like, Lincoln's is maybe the worst item in Dota, but it's situationally very good.
They do the Lina. It's very squishy, very susceptible to just dying immediately, but you have extremely high burst damage now for the PA, and you have Grimstroke combo.
Well,
they now have a Laguna. They have a double Laguna they can do with Grimstroke.
God said Lina type hero, right? You're like, I don't want the Lina, I want something like the Lina. So they go for the Lina.
Let's just get the Lina.
Yeah, so what were you scared about with the Lina?
That, like Fox said, it's so squishy.
So squishy.
You get blinked on by PA, you're just instantly dead. You can't respond to it. Yeah, you get this Yule Scepter, but once PA is BKB, you're just toast against this.
Is that the Mid-Earth Spirit? They're going to do the Weeha Mid-Earth Spirit. I was going to say it before the panel started, too, that they have the third hero that we haven't seen it, but Okay. I think he can get pressured way too much, though, in the lane.
So the crazy thing is you just get
so
double
tanky,
bracer,
though.
you suddenly have 1,500 health,
Yeah.
magic resistance. Lina doesn't do enough magic damage to kill this Earth Spirit. With that said, the actual, secure, Ori's going to have a good laning stage where he can secure his farm, but I don't feel like Lina is going to be able to easily kill this Earth Spirit.
I just think he can't really get many last hits though in the lane. You walk up, you're gonna get stunned every single time you walk up to get anything.
I'm excited to see it though.
We actually haven't gotten to see Weehaw play Earth Spirit since what? Shanghai, was it? When he played mid Earth Spirit, when he went Veil and stuff and Blade Mail?
Yeah.
It was ages ago.
Yeah. And
It was
new
a
mid
long
Earth
time
Spirit's
ago.
theoretically even stronger with all the strength bonuses, the bracers come into play.
And you can switch your build up. I mean, that's how crit was literally hit #1 MMR playing Earth Spirit and Troll.
Okay, so an
All right.
exciting pick,
This should be fun.
but not necessarily 100% sure how the pick will perform. But I want to ask, do they have the tools to create the chaos that you were basically asking for before we even saw this phase come through?
Yeah, they absolutely do have. They do have the tools. I do like Vici's a little bit more, just because it's a more straightforward, and I think Grimstroke is an incredibly powerful hero too to combo with. So I would still lean on their side a little bit, but Chaos has exactly, I think, what they would want to face versus them. So
Is the Lina going to be the pressure point in your mind, though, Gods?
It's the hit or miss hero. Yeah, because they've got Lina a better laning stage, but this hero can still just get crushed in the mid game. Ori needs to play a very, very polished game here.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm excited to see how this one's going to go. It's going to be the first game of the day. We're going to head down to the casters right now.
Thanks so much, Rich. And yes, Black, we are here. It is going to be Vici versus Chaos. They need to create chaos, the panel said, and it's Weehaw Earth Spirit. What's happening, man?
I'm not sure. Last time I've seen him play, it was in a pub game. It went really well. He went Radiance, all those good, Veil Radiance, just tank up, and just be in there with Radiance, create a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Looking forward to what he can do with it. I haven't seen it in a very long time. It's going to be hopefully good.
All right, well, we can hop into this game. And, I was looking at the face that ROTK was making when that pick came around. They were all huddled up. You were mentioning they don't even care what they pick. Yeah. They looked at the pick, and he was like, what? What's going on there? But, a strong hero, and we'll already be moving out to drop down a ward in the early stages here.
Ooh, he ate his Fairy Fire. That was a big
Dubious.
That was 85 gold down the drain.
That's a good start.
Yep.
Well, Vici aren't going to know about that. They're gonna be a little bit confused when he comes out and has a little bit less gold than he normally would. But as far as sort of last hitting goes, in that mid lane scenario, Lina is going to have a little bit of a base damage advantage as well.
Mm-hmm. But of course, the Quelling Blade on the Earth Spirit, so denying is not going to be as easy. But I think until level 3, he's going to be fine, just last hitting. But after that, it might be a bit more difficult.
And you can see some laughing there. Weehaw was dropping his items in the mid lane and sort of potentially denying them, just messing around with it a little bit. It's things we've normally seen. It's a lot of all chat coming out in this matchup. But yeah, the movement over Vici wanting to come and secure themselves a couple of runes. Magnus is in the area. We'll see if Misery is just going to back out of there. Does not want to tempt fate, as that is a very deadly couple of heroes in the early levels.
Position 5 Magnus actually being run, together with the Doom in top lane. Not sure how I feel about a position 5 mag. He will never get his Blink Dagger at this point.
Well, and I think that the panel was talking about, the need for Lion to have a kind of good early start to it, and maybe he can be that one that's going for the early Blink himself, having already gone for boots. King RD just going to head off to the bottom lane and try and harass away on this Tidehunter, but shouldn't be able to get that much done there, I'd imagine, as early on they were able to find the skewer back onto Fade in first blood. My goodness gracious.
That was unexpected, very simple. I didn't think the first one would happen in the Doom Magnus lane, but what do we know?
Dude, they're making it happen. So early on, Chaos already bringing Yang down low. I do like to see that Vici, they're getting in on the fun too. Tusk is trading the voice lines as well. Ends up messing up there a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this Lina is gonna itemize. I'm expecting the Aghanims build, like Yule's Shadowblade or Blink into Aghanims, just because they have this Grimstroke. A double Aghanims ult could be very deadly.
And how do you feel about this matchup in the mid lane? So far, it looks like they're trading CS fairly evenly. Is there any kill potential at a certain point?
If there's a rotation, Earthspirit can certainly kill the Lina. And I don't really think the Earthspirit can die too. Like, he has 800 health already. It's like way too much for the Lina to get through. But I disagree with the skill build of the Ori here. He went Dragon Slave instead of stun. Which means he can't actually pressure the Earthspirit too much. It's very simple to stun a melee here every time he comes in for a last hit. But yeah, we'll see how the mid lane develops. Right now he actually has a level advantage on the Earthspirit.
Okay. Well, we did see Fade up there, going to try and body block out that camp so they can't get any pulls off. But yeah, the continued harassment with the right clicks. Weehaw just pulls in a couple creeps every now and then. To me, it feels like the bigger issue is just getting levels on the Earthspirit as he gets the last hit on that range creep. Nicely done.
Yeah, if he gets to level 6 before Lina, there's definitely kill potential on him.
Top lane, Tavo under fire and going to eat the dust as that was the first Metamorphosis use, and Misery obviously doesn't have a way to help him out there.
Yeah, Tusk is just so strong with Terror Blade. And any range support, honestly, just so much damage with the tech team.
Yeah, you mentioned when the draft came out that you were really surprised that they were able to get that Tusk at the late pick.
Yeah, 4th pick Tusk is usually it's first phase or first phase banned, latest second phase, and they got it in the 4th pick, very unusual. And Earthspirit too, he wasn't touched at all until the very last pick.
Oh. Well, and meanwhile, Tavo again, he just TP'd back here and going to be punished there, it looked like, with the last remaining bit of Metamorphosis.
This is... I mean, at this point you can't really cover anymore as the Doom. He has 1 CS. It's nothing. I mean, they got the first one that was good, but now he's getting completely shut down. And that's the weakness of the Magnus. He can't do anything. He has boots, but what is he going to do with the Screw level 1? Deals no damage, can slow a little bit.
Yeah, and Tavo is just going to have to take the long walk back. They are still at least somewhat hurting Yang here, but if you compare his game to the Doom right now, Tidehunter just hits level 4 while Doom is still walking back to lane at level 2. Granted, Doom does have boots, but it's going to be a little bit.
There's no real kill threat here on the Tide. As I said, he's almost dying.
Oh, they're thinking about it.
Yeah. No, actually, HFN avoided the Anchor Smash, so he had full damage. But if he ever gets Anchor Smash, there's like 0 kill potential against his Tidehunter.
They do rotate in the Tusk and going to bring him a salve. Just wants to make sure Yang can stay in this lane.
Yeah, Tide's lane should be very good now. Mid lane, still very even. This Earthspirit running 1.1k health already, man. So much HP. It's incredible.
So talk to me a little bit about the way that he plays this Earthspirit. Are we going to see him like rotate with level 6 to find a kill, or do people come to his lane to try and secure a kill on the Lina?
I think he will have to rotate himself unless the line actually manages to find a good rotation to mid lane. Because he won't be able to solo kill the Lina for sure. There's just no damage for him. And rotating to this like Terror Blade could be a good idea before he hits level 6. But he will definitely be the playmaker for the team because right now they're losing both side lanes.
Yeah, and PA obviously having a good time, but the Tide getting more than you would want out of that at this point in the game.
Yeah. And it's only going to get harder for the PA.
Right.
Level 5 on the Tide soon. Higher level than the PA. Never something you want to see if you play 2v1 lanes.
And he can just sort of bully her out of here as well, like not even able to get easy last hits, it feels like. But the 5-minute mark is coming around, and it looks like Chaos is going to be able to secure themselves 2 runes, as well as Vici get theirs.
Yep. Mid lane, half a level advantage for the Lina now. There's potential kill threat, because Earthspirit is half health already, so we'll have to look out for that.
And it does sort of feel like the elephant in the room right now is going to be this Doom. Tavo has been able to get level 3, so since it was basically full tri-lane for a little while, he's not too far behind in experience, at least there. As Misery has already moved over towards mid as well as the Tusk, so trying to make sure that Weehaw does not get ran upon here and the roll forward trying to find the kill, but Tusk shows up and it's going to put the kibosh on that as, well, another rotation. Mid DY there as well. They're going to go for the Inkswell skewer away. Nothing doing.
Yeah, tried to set up for a 3-man gank. The Lion was behind already. But the communication was a bit off. Like, Lion didn't really move in when Weehaw did. But Tusk was in position already to save anyway, so it's good that the Lion didn't show, because he would have just died.
Oh, miss on the late trick right there. Good dodge by Misery.
Would have been a kill, because level 6. Weehaw will have to be careful now. There's a lot of kill threat.
And all of this has meant that HFN is still stuck down here bottom trying to deal with Yang, who has level 6, and if he pops Ravage in range with an Anchor Smash, could maybe find that kill onto the PA as well.
Yeah, but we'll have to be careful, because if you don't... top lane. Doom actually just gets brought down by a 3-man rotation again.
Yeah.
It's just too much damage. The tech team plus the Terrorblade illusion is just too much damage. There's nothing you can do.
Again, HFN just getting up in this Tidehunter's face. No points in Gush, otherwise Tide could think about turning onto him. But this means that they're going to give the lane over, for a moment at least, it looked like, to King R. D, or HFN comes back.
Tide already got to Vlad's. Minute
Yeah.
7. He's insanely farmed for the position he's in. You compare that to the Doom, man. Hell of a lot of difference. He's just tanking the tower bot lane.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Yeah, and it actually doesn't matter. He just has infinite life there, and we'll be able to walk away from him. DY. Again, they find Tavo, this Doom, slowed down. They have the shard block as well. Good skewer away from Misery. And that is going to make sure that Tavo is able to escape. And the roll forward from Weeha, able to jump here onto DY, reapplying Magnetize now. We'll be able to find this kill, it looks like, onto the Grimstroke.
Yeah. The rotation as expected. Of course, he didn't get the kill he wanted to. He definitely wanted to get the TV there. Used the big cooldown for that as well. But, you know, if you rotate, you get what you can get. So.
Oh, big plays here, maybe? Oh, King RD couldn't quite get in range.
Yeah. This Tide is just going to pressure the hell out of the bot tower now. With this Vlad's, it could fall very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You see the rotation top, and that means that somebody has to come to defend the tower mid against Lina, and now people have to go back bottom and defend against the Tidehunter. Feels like Vici are always getting something out of the map whenever there's a movement.
Yeah, killing this Tide is going to be insanely hard. He didn't even skill Ravage. He just went the 3-4 build.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good luck killing that guy.
Now Tavo trying to burn through this stack, but will be found. A light strike array, every damn thing used, and well, Tavo tips Ori for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the light strike array into Laguna. Invis Lion here.
Okay.
They can't reset up anything. They have no damage.
Yeah, Weeha's still 30 seconds from Magnetize.
Yeah, and no TP either, so won't be able to rotate for this one. Although, as I say, that he's moving towards top lane.
Well, they still don't have the Magnetize, but with the Doom rotating in as well, it looks like that's going to be enough to ward off Vici Gaming.
They are not efficient around the map at all, though. Chaos, that is. And 2k gold did already. You can just see how much more efficient VG is around the map.
Roll in. In trouble. Silence the stun. Does just end up translating into DY. Back and fine.
Yeah. Is Earth Spirit not having too much of an impact here?
Oh, HFN, sick plays there. Able to get the invis and then switch back the other direction. So using Blur effectively. Misery also going to skewer away. But this does mean, of course, that was the Terrorblade using Metamorphosis and starting to take that tier 1 tower. Looks like it's going to go down.
Yep. Typical rotation with the TB. Just going to go to the jungle now. Farm up there, wait for the next meta. Probably take the next objective. Titan dipping to the top lane, taking TB spot. They can't really deal with the Tidehunter at all right now. Even if they were to doom him, they need like 3 or 4 heroes to even kill him. Lion's in trouble.
Again, Lion found. Oh my god, the damage that comes out from that. Just so quick, and he is still walking away from this one.
No Gush available.
Has the stun in just a second. Doesn't want to take too much damage to move off that Kraken Shell. Now the rotation forward. They do have the Doom, and having taken a couple of tower shots and also being fully wrapped around upon, this might be a kill on a Tidehunter. Although Fade, he has the snowball save over to the creeps, which are rolling the other direction, and that might keep him alive long enough. Can they do it in time? And Yang able to get off the Anchor Smash and just walk away. Takes the whole duration Doom, and Ravage now to turn it as well. And Tavo again hits the deck.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it. Like, they doomed him, they magnetized him. Magnetized immediately nullified by the Kraken Shell, obviously. And they just don't have the damage to bring him down. Very nice snowball save. It's rough, man.
This game is incredibly hard for Chaos right now.
Lina getting the mid tower as well. Not much Misery can do about that. Has to be careful. One more hit into... Okay, he's fine.
Oh, the DD. Oh, the rotation, though, coming from the Lion. He wasn't able to get through those trees there, but maybe still able to get in range. The slowdown coming, the Earth Spike as well, but then Snowball save yet again. And are they going to be able to kill off Ori? They will take him down now. Fade going to get critted, but looks like that's going to be the end of the altercation in mid.
That is the problem with the Lina against the PA. You're so squishy, and if PA ever gets a Desolator up, you can just die in 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah, it's something that we're going to need to keep in mind. As good as this Yang Tide has been, you know, Lina is a big part of the win condition. Granted, TB probably a larger part of it, and he is sitting top of the net worth right now. But PA has still been able to farm pretty well.
this TB is having an amazing game. The problem with PA is he can't really fight too well into the Radiant lineup until he gets his BKB up, which is going to be way, way later. Yeah. Probably opting to go for the... Oh no, he has a Madness, he won't need the Battle Fury. Just going to Deso BKB.
And already Misery moves over and is going to allow HFN to help take those Ancients a little bit quicker.
Yeah, triple stack.
That's what you like to see coming from HFN. Blur makes it so much easier to take those Ancients when they just don't hit you.
Yeah, they're just like, huh? You hit me? What is hitting me? Yeah, I don't know. They definitely need to remove that mechanic because it's weird. You can even do that with Roshan.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking a look at the net worth here is actually we do have a smoke up. Looks like they're trying to find PA jungling, and Blur is going to be on cooldown. Tusk going to be the one further forward. HFN, they do have the jump away to Misery if they can get it in time, but the chain stun coming. The Skewer needing to live, and HFN trying to walk away, slowed yet again. Decides to turn and fight on a DY. They've already used the Laguna Blade off onto the Lion, it looked like, and now the chase forward for Fade. He's going to be slowed yet again, but Yang going to be able to walk out of there. Ori does get the kill, but if you go for the PA, you possibly find a much higher value target, and now you just end up losing your life. The chase forward and power coming out yet again. Dragon Slave, the stun, Snowball, able to get that tomb off before the, well, Tidehunter used anything at all, so that might keep HFN alive yet again. But the chase forward and eventually trying to run, roll in from Weeha, slowing everybody down, trying to jump to his buddy, and HFN able to walk away. The miss uphill, trying to run, and HFN actually lives through it. Chaos might be able to keep everybody alive here, although it looks like Weeha will be the one that pays the price.
Saved his PA though, I think it was not too bad. And the biggest problem here was just Ori. I don't know why he went for the line. He could have just gone with his teammates and blow up the PA. Was a very interesting decision. I now just get the free Roche because he obviously doomed the Tidehunter. He still has the Ravage available.
Yeah, they used RP in that last fight as well, so it does give that big opening now.
Yep.
Metamorphosis has worn off.
It has.
I don't know.
They do, however, have the Vlads.
Yeah.
Magnetize is also on cooldown. They just don't have teamfight damage right now. They do, however, have the Finger of Death.
They're thinking about going in for the moment. The Light Strike Ray is already there. The lift up, the roll it. Aegis on the ground. Ravage interrupted, and Ori does manage to find that Aegis. But now the jump forward. It's so much damage onto Vici. Can they kill them all off in time? The Skewer 4 onto 4, and Doom running away. They're able to get the Sunder off. HFN thinking about jumping back in again, but he is able to walk away with that fortuitous Invis rune.
Tight ping, like 2 feet to get the gush on. And
looks like Tavo will get one more Devour, but eventually will be brought down. And you can understand the feeling of wanting to jump in there, but as you said, there are no ultis on the side of Chaos.
Yeah, that was a very questionable play. I mean, of course, you don't want to just give up a free Aegis, but sometimes, you know, you have to. And this was one of the cases where you absolutely have to. You can't fight into this Ravage.
Yeah. I mean, I think if Misery gets the Skewer out of the pit, that starts to look a little better, but he couldn't quite get him over the edge.
Yeah, it's a level 1 score, I believe. Yeah, there's just, the range is just not there.
Yeah. Well, and meanwhile, a roll in wants to find this TB. Paparazzi, magnetized.
He has Manta Style to get rid of it. He doesn't even want to get rid of it.
They can reapply this magnetized. The silence is there, though, onto Earth Spirit, and he's just dead.
Well, I mean, it looks really weird. He just goes in by himself. Now Lion is in trouble as well.
Yeah. Well, Hex, give him the taunt. Give him the taunt and walk away. Doesn't happen.
Chaos, like, they look really separate around the map right now. Like, why is Earth Spirit going in there alone? With +1, they can potentially kill him, but even then, he has the Manta to get rid of the Magnetize. It's looking a bit rough right now.
It feels like everybody wants to make something happen, but because of that, and everybody's on the same page, that just not much is happening.
Now bot lane are getting caught out again.
Yeah, they've got the PA dead. HFN, one of the only heroes that was having a good game for Chaos, and well, Tavo does look like he's going to be able to escape. But 16 minutes in, it's an 8,000 gold lead for Vici.
Yeah, they pretty much lost 3 out of 3 lanes. We heard David talk about gods that if that ever happens, it's so hard to actually come back into the game. And we see here why that is the case.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Misery right now, and he's just like, all right, I need to get into some type of an item build, and I'm just farming on their side of the map for a little while.
Yeah. This position 5 Mac, he has 400 gold right now, he needs 1.8k to get to the Blink Dagger. It's just why I just dislike the position 5 Magnus. He just doesn't do anything other than M-Power.
Yeah. And of course the Lion wanting to get towards his own Blink Dagger. He's significantly closer to it, but it's still, you need like a couple of these other items that just like make you tanky in it stuff. Like they've got the Vlads on the PA as Fade wants to find Tavo. Shards revealing his positioning, and there's 4 Vici heroes here and only 1 of Chaos.
He's just dead. I mean, they're just farming 3 lanes, punishing every move Chaos makes. Their vision game is really good too. They see like almost the entire side of Dire.
Yeah.
It's insane. Getting the tier 2 bottom for free. They might even want to threaten high ground. They still have the Ravage. They have Metamorphosis up. Aegis on Lina, of course.
This time around, Chaos will have significantly more ability to take a fight since they've got all of their ultimates up. And you know, one thing to keep in mind is that normally you think of Tidehunter as this big combo breaker when an RP goes off, but you do have the Doom, which can sometimes stop that from happening if they're able to find the big combination. But you need the items to make that happen.
Yeah. 4-man smoke now by Vici, going up and then going back down. Let's see if somebody activates the trap card. Doesn't look like it. Too smart.
Were you a Yu-Gi-Oh player?
I was a Yu-Gi-Oh player. And I watched it too.
It's time to duel.
Yugi, you activated my trap card.
That's not going to happen this time.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out on that high ground.
It is so scary right now for Chaos. If any hero dies in front of their base, they will just get like pushed by this TB. You have to be really careful. TB halfway to the Skadi. He's so huge.
Yeah, this is a very tough fight to take. Do have the Blink Dagger done for the Lion. Can maybe be a game changer for them. Veil also done on Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite ineffective at this point of the game. Just like he didn't really seem to find the ganks that he wanted to find. Like he always tried, but the enemy team was just always prepared or would just run away. Yeah.
Oh, HFN does have Blink out if he needs to.
Yeah.
The snowball's going in pretty deep. See if they can punish it. They want to try and fight this. For sure, the kickback onto the Tusk, and now the Soul Bind. No follow-up at all, so Vici overextend.
Yeah, I think Vici should literally just 4 or 5 man the top tower, let the Terrorblade farm the bottom half of the map and just converge to the top lane. I don't know why they're so stubborn and staying mid lane. Just get the whole map control, contain the enemy in the base, out-farm them, wait for the next Rosh, and end the game.
Well, it looks like that is going to be their call now, and Chaos on the other side going to move out and try and possibly de-ward some of these wards in their jungle.
Itemization, Skadi almost on the Terrorblade. Lina went for the Shadow Blade, now going to the BKB.
Okay. Seems pretty good.
Guardian Greaves, next item build up for Tidehunter.
It does just still feel like the big difference maker in this is how much that Tidehunter was able to get out of the lane compared to the Doom.
Yeah, the Doom is rendered completely useless this game.
Oh, stun.
Fade again out of position.
Not bad.
That was the second time he got caught out of position.
Oh, they did use Finger of Death for this one though, and now far forward Weeha does not have a way out of this. And roll, actually no he does. Miss uphill. Oh god, he goes down.
The illusion hit killed him.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get uphill there. It looked like
60% illusion damage.
That's more than enough right there.
Yep. Terrorblade finishes Skadi. They can't really get too much out of this meta. They will just keep farming for now. I mean, the way this game is going, they really don't mind going late game, so.
Yeah. I mean, you do have the Blink Dagger done now for the Tidehunter as well. Doom is trying to get towards a BKB. What else? The Mag has Arcane Boots queued up after the, or before the Blink Dagger. We'll see if that's what he decides to go for.
I hope not. They need a comeback item, and
yeah.
Arcane Boots is not that. And of course, everybody trying to go into the BKB on the Chaos side.
Right.
Is needed against the Tidehunter.
That's
also why I would like to see the Agams on Lina, just to burst through that PA, even through the BKB.
Right. Yeah, it definitely seems like they've been able to find some of these pickoffs with the Shadow Blade.
Oh, PA in trouble here.
Oh.
Can't cancel the TP though.
Yeah. Good decision there just to get out of dodge. And she's getting closer and closer to her BKB. after having finished off the Deso Vlads. And again, like we've seen time and again, the strength that you have with a Mag PA, and she's been keeping up in farm to some extent, still 4,000 gold behind the Terrorblade.
Yeah. Now the problem is with PA, it's so hard for you to kill Terrorblade alone. You need a lot of team support. I mean, look at his armor. He has 38 armor right now. It's just ridiculous.
Rotation in. Weeha could be the one that leads the charge. They are all smoked up here, and Paparazzi going to show in lane. Yang, can they blow him up in time? They're thinking about it. Jump forward, Hex. They don't have any follow-up, though. And that smoke is not going to bear fruit.
They can kill the Tidehunter, but only if they get a Doom on him, because otherwise the PA can't jump on him.
Right.
Does he have BKB yet? Not quite. Needs another 500 gold for that.
And it feels like you also want to, in these cases, I mean, there's so many targets you want to doom. You want to take out the Tidehunter, also making sure that you could doom the Terrorblade so that he doesn't get sundered.
Even the Lina.
Yeah, like everybody.
Yeah. I think best case scenario is if you doom the Tidehunter. This Terrorblade is just going to shred you, though.
I know, right? It's really tough.
He's also going MKB next. It's quite greedy, not going for a BKB at all. But
I mean, if he's doing that, then maybe you could just control him with the Lion.
You can.
Oh, Laguna Blade used in Misery. Want to eat some dirt.
Yeah. I mean, he's desperately trying to just farm up to that Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Lion has his Blink Dagger now, I believe. Yes, he does. Potential setup.
Yep. And they have the BKB done for the PA. Could be another smoke rotation here. It feels like they have to catch Vici out of position and separated, but Vici wisely, as you've been saying since that flub in the mid lane, they've pretty much been playing together.
Yeah, Roshan is up. They're just going to look to take that now. It's funny, TB's only level 14, but he has like 17k net worth.
Right?
Just split pushing with the illusions all day long.
No need to really put yourself into danger, and they're taking this without even Metamorphosis. So the scan is going to hit, and
they can't
Chaos.
contest. They just can't contest.
Going to be too late to the party.
Yeah. Although BKB finished up on the PA now, she will be able to jump on the Tidehunter, potentially kill him. 5-man smoke up as well.
Yep. Just want to get down a lane quicker.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably just going to go 5-man middle now.
Right.
Like this Magnus, he can never ever get a good AP, I think, if VG's just careful. They have the Ravage, they have Yules, they have... Even if he just scores in, TB might just kill him with like 3 hits.
Ori is away from the rest of his team. It's still so hard to take this fight as Chaos are going to push down this bottom lane. Courier looks like it might get taken out. That's going to reveal their positioning as Ori TP's in.
Yeah.
Don't end up killing off that Courier. Light Strike Ray going to connect on a PA, and now the chase forward, but Ori has already gone Shadowblade invis. HFN doesn't really have a way out of here. They still have vision onto him. The snowball forward can't get the BKB off in time. Can he? Maybe it can happen now. No, the Ravage. Everything followed up together, and HFN tries to jump away, but will eventually be taken down, fully controlled. This look like they're going to take down Misery as well, and Vici just eviscerating Chaos here.
Yeah, didn't even use his BKB at the end anymore. Lion also getting picked off on the sideline there. This is just... It's hard at this point.
Yeah.
The Terrorblade is just so tanky, you can't kill him anymore. The Tidehunter is just so tanky. The only person you can really kill is the Lina, from the course at least. And you don't want to commit your BKB to a Lina because she's going to Yule herself. She has Shadowblade to get out. Even has a cheese.
And I think that little movement looks weird there, but, you know, obviously... Oh, Yule Scepter lift up. They've got Weeha. Tavo moving in, wants to Doom one. He is going to be able to find it onto that Lina, but now all of the damage in the world being laid out. They already had the Soulbind together. There's the follow-up stun. I'll magnetize when he comes out of this, possibly trying to kick away one, but will eventually be killed off. RP on to 2. No, hasn't used it? Okay.
I just pump faked it.
They need to save this one because you can't really take the fight after the fact.
And he's dead.
Double kill there. The buyback coming from Misery. They need everybody to be alive to take this fight, really, and 2 are still dead, so they might just need to give up the first lane of barracks.
Yeah.
Stun onto Terrorblade, pull them in with the skewer. They still have that RP if they want to use it. And the jump forward from Yang. Yeah. It's just too scary. Roll forward could come from Weeha here. It's not an easy kill by any stretch of the imagination. Paparazzi just having so much armor, and now the roll in onto just about everybody magnetized, as well as the Blade Mail, but Paparazzi back up to full HP. The reflection might end up killing off the Magnus himself, and HFN using this 10-second BKB to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Vici Gaming are so dominant in this, and I don't know if they have an answer. I don't think they have to stop. GG's
GG
called.
called, yep. I mean, when the Magnus dies to one Terrorblade illusion because he keeps trying to get an RP in, then you know game's rough.
That was a stomp, Black.
It was a stomp. I think a very solid draft. You win 3 lanes. It's just so hard to come back into a game of Dota.
Yeah, and you can see, cool as a cucumber, the Vici Gaming squad were not deterred by the Weeha Earth Spirit. I mean, going into that, was there a better hero that could have picked? Was it just the movements around the map? What do you think was the deciding factor in that game?
I mean, like the lane, obviously, like I thought they would just counterpick the Lina in some way, but they kind of just give him a free game. This Earth Spirit, he tried to rotate a lot, but he couldn't really find the rotations he wanted to. It's just so hard as an Earth Spirit. Like you go in as first hero, you roll in, and then you can't really find the ganks yourself. You need another hero to set you up, and it just looked very rough. The Tidehunter got free farm on the bottom lane.
Game is hard.
Game is hard. Solid draft, solid play from VG.
Definitely, yeah, and I love to see the precision coming out from them, the good movements, and we'll see if they can replicate it again in game number 2. We're going to be right back in just a few, but first